5 myths about Stoicism that might surprise you. Stoicism is one of the most enduring and influential philosophies in history, originating in ancient Greece and later embraced by the Romans. Despite its popularity, Stoicism is often misunderstood. Many people associate it with emotionlessness, passivity, or even pessimism. In reality, Stoicism offers practical wisdom for leading a fulfilling and resilient life. Let's debunk 5 common myths about Stoicism that might surprise you. Myth number 1. Stoics suppress all emotions. One of the most pervasive myths about Stoicism is that it teaches people to suppress or eliminate emotions altogether. This misconception arises from the Stoic emphasis on rationality and self-control. However, Stoicism does not advocate for the eradication of emotions, but rather the regulation of destructive ones. The Stoics distinguished between healthy and unhealthy emotions. They believed that negative emotions like excessive anger, fear, and anxiety arise from false judgments. The goal of Stoicism is not to suppress emotions, but to cultivate a balanced and rational response to life's challenges. Joy, love, and a sense of purpose are not only acceptable in Stoicism, but encouraged. Seneca, for instance, often wrote about the importance of maintaining joy in the face of adversity and how gratitude can lead to a more fulfilling life. Myth number 2. Stoicism promotes passive acceptance of fate. Another common misunderstanding is that Stoicism promotes passivity, accepting whatever happens without taking action. While Stoics do emphasize acceptance of things beyond one's control, they also advocate for actively shaping one's character and choices. The Stoic idea of amor fati, love of fate, does not mean blind resignation. Instead, it encourages individuals to embrace their circumstances while still striving to live virtuously and improve their lives. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic, was a Roman emperor who took decisive actions to govern wisely, proving that Stoicism is not about passivity, but about making thoughtful and ethical choices. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them, making resilience and adaptability key virtues. Myth number 3. Stoicism is a cold and unfeeling philosophy. Some people believe that Stoics are unemotional, robotic individuals who lack warmth or compassion. This stereotype likely stems from the Stoic emphasis on emotional discipline. However, Stoicism actually encourages deep empathy and kindness. The Stoics valued cosmopolitanism, the belief that all human beings are part of a larger community. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about the importance of kindness and generosity. Epictetus also taught that humans should support one another because we are all interconnected. Rather than cold detachment, Stoicism promotes a rational form of compassion and understanding. A Stoic strives to help others while maintaining inner tranquility, knowing that anger and resentment only lead to unnecessary suffering. Myth number 4. Stoicism is only for the elite and privileged. Because many well-known Stoics were Roman emperors, senators, or wealthy individuals, some assume that Stoicism is a philosophy designed only for the elite. However, Stoicism was widely practiced by people from all walks of life, including slaves, merchants, and soldiers. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic thinkers, was born into slavery and later gained his freedom. His teachings emphasize that virtue and wisdom are accessible to anyone, regardless of social status. Stoicism is a philosophy for everyone, offering practical guidance for handling life's struggles, regardless of one's background. The core principles of Stoicism, virtue, wisdom, courage, and self-discipline, are universal and can be applied by anyone seeking to improve their character and well-being. Ness comes from inner peace, wisdom, and virtue. A Stoic can appreciate good food, meaningful relationships, and leisure, so long as they do not become dependent on them for fulfillment. The key is moderation and maintaining control over desires rather than letting them control you. Myth number 5. Stoicism is about avoiding pleasure. Another misconception is that Stoicism rejects all forms of pleasure and advocates for a life of asceticism. While Stoicism does encourage self-discipline and warns against excessive indulgence, it does not condemn pleasure itself. Stoics believe in enjoying life's simple pleasures in a mindful way. They advise against becoming overly attached to external sources of happiness, such as wealth or material goods, because they are fleeting. Instead, Stoicism teaches that true happiness comes from inner peace, wisdom, and virtue. A Stoic can appreciate good food, meaningful relationships, and leisure, so long as they do not become dependent on them for fulfillment. The key is moderation and maintaining control over desires, rather than letting them control you. Conclusion: Stoicism is often misunderstood, but when examined closely, it reveals itself as a practical, compassionate, and empowering philosophy. Rather than suppressing emotions, Stoicism teaches emotional resilience. Instead of promoting passivity, it encourages active engagement with life. Rather than being cold and detached, it fosters a sense of duty and interconnectedness. Most importantly, it is a philosophy for everyone, regardless of status or background. By dispelling these myths, we can better appreciate Stoicism's true essence, a timeless guide for leading a meaningful and resilient life. Whether you are facing adversity, seeking inner peace, or striving for personal growth, Stoicism offers profound insights that remain relevant in the modern world.